Hi, I'm Rayanne from Ascension, Wisconsin EAP. Thanks for taking some time today to listen to this little video about well-being. I suppose you're wondering why you have to listen to a video about well-being. Well, wellness and well-being and all the parts of it can have a big impact on your success at work, home, school, um, even personal life. So thinking about your well-being and being able to do something about it is a good way to increase your likelihood of being successful in any endeavor that you might choose. This is the wellness wheel, and you can see that there are a number of parts to this wellness wheel. There is relationship wellness, and that's having good relationships and a good steady network of support. There's physical well-being. That's how you feel health-wise. Are you feeling healthy? Are you getting good food to eat? Are you getting enough sleep? A lot of times when we think about wellness, we think about just physical wellness, but there's so much more to it than that. Another part of wellness is spiritual well-being, and that's thinking about the big picture. What's important? What is our purpose in life? What are we doing here in the first place? Then there's occupational well-being. That's having satisfying work. That can be a little bit challenging, but not so challenging that you don't feel like you can't complete it. There's financial well-being, and we all know about this, budgeting and trying to make ends meet, affording what we need, and even sometimes just those things we want. And then finally, there's mental wellness, which includes emotional wellness, and that's keeping your brain sharp through ongoing education or hobbies. Being able to manage your emotions well and having a place that you feel safe and can relax. So those are the signs of well-being in all of those 6 areas. I'd like you to think for a minute about the area that maybe stands out to you as an area that you're really strong in. Now we'll talk a little bit about the signs of stress and trauma in each of those areas. So in relationship well-being, sometimes that shows up as isolation or not having a good support network. Physical well-being, that probably seems pretty obvious to most people. It's having chronic illnesses that you can't manage or take care of, maybe not being able to access health care, maybe not being able to take care of yourself physically because you can't get good food to eat or get good sleep. Spiritual well-being, when people aren't feeling well in that area, sometimes they lose hope and they feel like they don't have a real sense of purpose. From an occupational perspective, well-being is suffering when we're working at jobs that are either too challenging or not challenging enough. So we don't enjoy them. We don't feel that we're making a difference by the work that we do. In the financial area, people know that they're suffering clearly when they can't afford basic needs and they start having to borrow money or pay for necessities on credit card or start taking out loans ahead of paychecks and those kinds of things. And then finally, mental well-being is suffering when we start feeling vulnerable and anxious and afraid. Maybe we feel resentful or angry. Sometimes all of these feelings add up to just general fatigue and exhaustion. So all of these areas are really important parts of well-being, and we can't ignore any particular area in this wheel and think that we're fully well. Even if we try to ignore it, that pain will show up somewhere in our life and we'll have to attend to it. So it's a good idea to think about, which areas you're strong in. Maybe you're strong in your social and relationships or in your spiritual well-being. And then maybe take a chance to consider which areas of your well-being you might want to put a little time and effort into. That could be emotional well-being. For some people listening to this video, it's occupational well-being, finding the right fit, the right job, those kind of things. And then that might also feed into your financial well-being, right? If you have a job that pays you well and you feel good going to work every day, you're able to be successful there, that feeds into success in your finances as well. And just like a flat tire can't turn without wrecking the rest of the wheel, little improvements in any area of wellness will help, but no area can be ignored without it having an impact on the rest of your well-being. So life happens. Things happen to us. We have tough experiences. Sometimes they're great events, but they're still stressful. And that stress can take a toll on our outlook. We can lose our optimism and get tired of working so hard, which can lead us to feel depressed, angry, stressed. We might let other areas of our well-being go by shopping to kind of avoid the stress, or eating lousy food, or vegetating on the couch and watching TV all day long instead of getting out and exercising. So when those things happen in our life, we have to be careful to be aware that all of those areas of well-being might be influenced by a single event that happens in our life, whether it's positive or negative. It can take a toll on us. So how do we move from stress to wellness? I think that it's one little step at a time, and it's making small changes that add up to big things. I don't know about you, but when I've tried to totally change the way I eat and remake the way my diet is so that I have a healthier diet, I just don't have much success. But if I do one little thing at a time, like drink more water and maybe cut out soda, or at least eat 2 pieces of fruit a day, I find that those things are sustainable, and I'm able to move from stress to wellness. So in each of those areas, we can think about the little moves that we can make to move toward that wheel that showed all the wellness indicators, and away from the wheel that showed all those pain points in the area of well-being. When we live in chronic stress, we often start to feel that stress takes a toll on us. So we need to be aware of that. And when we're operating in a life that's full of chronic stress, sometimes we have to make decisions about, where we're spending our time, what our priorities are, to help kind of alleviate some of that stress and give us a little chance to rebound from the stress and maybe increase our well-being a little bit. Chronic stress can cause pretty serious problems in all of the areas of well-being. Physical, we know that it causes lots of health problems and ulcers and heart disease and things like that. Relationship, we might avoid people. Occupational, maybe we aren't thinking as clearly at work. Financial, sometimes we make bad decisions about how to use our money. Mental, we just start getting frustrated and angry and agitated. And spiritual, the whole big picture starts to feel like, why is this all happening to me? And what's the meaning of it all? So I want you to think a little bit about how your well-being stacks up. This is a great slide to stop for a minute and think about which areas of your life you feel are solid and strong, and which areas of your life you might want to put a little effort into improving, or you might need a little help with from somebody else. So the not so well wheel, one thing is for sure. If you think that you're here, that one spot on your wellness wheel is flat, you sure don't have to stay there. We can help you with that wheel to fill it out and improve things so that you can get back on the road again. So it can be a lot to do the next right thing. Sometimes we end up defeating ourselves by making lists too long that we can even begin to work on the things that we think are important to work on. But today, we want you to just think about doing the next right thing. And that next right thing might be as simple as calling EAP for some support. Our program offers counseling, emotional, and mental health support. We are able to help planning and kind of setting a plan in place for you and getting you on the road to making changes in areas that don't feel so hot for you right now. So all you need to do is the next right thing. So we'll break tasks down into manageable pieces, help you narrow your focus into things that are more easily achieved rather than those big picture projects that feel like I'm never going to get that done. So maybe talking to somebody is your next right step. And if that's the case, EAP is a great place to go. You can talk to someone who doesn't know you personally and won't remind you of this later on once you've dealt with it. It's private. The counselors are experienced. We've got great ideas. We can help you get organized and identify your next right step. Then, once you've identified that step, we can help you be accountable to those steps to make sure that you make a little bit of advancement every day toward the goal that you set. So consider taking advantage of the EAP counselor for a wellness chat. And finally, just want to say we are all a work in progress. Watching that well-being wheel and being aware of all the areas in your life that contribute to your overall well-being is an important thing to keep your eye on, keep in the back of your mind. We all need to do that, and even on those days where you feel the most strong and capable, we have to take good care of ourselves, and that might be some preventative things that we do to keep well if we've achieved some wellness in a particular area. So our phone number and our email and the website are listed on this screen. You can call to set up an appointment with an EAP counselor. Mary or Sylvia will help you get that set up. They'll be able to document that you have completed this video if it's a requirement of the program that you're in. And we'll be able to help you get on that road to smooth sailing and wellness. Thank you so much for the time you spent today. Be well.